Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like it, if you're being yourself, fuck them.
It's Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
And welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, you slacking, but still.
Yeah, because you should have by now, but...
At least about 180 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at The Noize Podcast. And follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. Kev, my friend.
What's good? What's good?
How are you, sir?
About as good as I can get. Very eventful weekend, I should say.
Very eventful.
Yeah, but I'm straight. I'm straight.
Straight is a good way to be.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to get taken the wrong way, but we'll be canceled later. That's good, sir.
Hey, you know, I'm noticing everybody that they say cancel makes it. So maybe that's what we need to do right now. Be canceled.
Just start
just
start
be
doing
canceled.
all kind of cancel behavior.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm cool. I ain't gonna risk it yet. The bag's not there.
Yeah.
At this point, us getting canceled is like getting fired from the actual 9 to 5.
Get fired on the day off.
You know what I'm saying? And then dealing from there. Like, I'm canceled in a realistic way. I'm
Corporate canceled me.
Corporately canceled, and that's just something I can't afford at the moment.
Yeah.
Nigga has bills. But y'all can change that if you know what I'm saying, donate to Beat, or there's a bunch of different things.
Or just share to the right person. I mean, it's a lot.
Get it to the right folks. Help us out here. A day late and a dollar short, but we are still here to give you guys some excellent Noize content. As we've been saying, really since the drop of the pandemic, it hasn't been much of shit really going on.
Outside of pandemic news, not really. I mean, get those one-offs, but
Yeah, we get something here and there. We've had some episodes where we were, information heavy, content heavy. We've had some episodes where we're just in here. All right, so blue and green get into a fight.
I do want to. I should have wrote down her name. I didn't write it down. I want to give a RIP to her.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. We're about to Google on air.
Yeah,
for that.
I'll probably find it. Hopefully, I'll find it faster than you. But
We'll
don't
see what
look like
happens.
it's going to happen.
I know, because you have an iPhone. Natalie DeSalle
There we go.
recently passed away at 53. Not too sure what happened.
Colon cancer.
Was it colon cancer?
Colon cancer.
Shit, they got that out quick as hell.
Yeah.
Because, well, first of all, it happened the day that we're recording right now.
Right.
So
Right.
It was really in real time. Oh, wow, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like when you think about it, it's almost the same way with Andell.
Yeah.
And, you
Almost.
didn't hear much about her breast cancer, but then once she actually passed away, then that's when you got all the news about it. That's when you saw the pictures, and it was just
2020 got more hits than the Beatles.
2020 is on one.
Yeah.
2020 is really trying to make some shit shake. But yeah, man, RIP to her. Obviously, she wasn't too active in the latter part of her career, but she was in a lot of really era-defining movies.
Yeah, a lot of prominent stuff that was around from when we grew up.
Exactly. Loved her and How to Be a Player.
Yeah.
Then, of course, the go-to that you always got to talk about when it comes down to her, Babs.
Yeah.
Babs was something different.
She was a friend in Eve. The Eve
She was a friend on the Eve show. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the RIP to her, and cancer's a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cancer's really a motherfucker. And that's, unfortunately, that's the one disease that you go into, unfortunately, and unintentionally looking at it as a death sentence.
Yeah.
There are people who smash cancer and, get past it and get better, you know what I'm saying? And, are living a renewed life. But the unfortunate side of it is when you do hear that, you already know.
Yeah.
It's either about to be a fight.
It's no good news once you hear that word. Yeah.
It's either going to be a fight or, kind of on a ticking time clock.
Yeah.
So RIP to her, man. Definitely been appreciating the people sharing out like clips from her movies and everything like that. Because as we just did, when you look at these actresses, and actors as well, and you get into that, what's their name, type territory.
Yeah.
Sometimes it does come across as if it's almost demeaning to their legacy.
Right. I get what you mean.
But when you have those kind of actors and they do pass away, you're automatically reminded of who they are, what they've done, why they're important, and really what they meant. And that was just a really insane situation.
Yeah, absolutely.
To hear about and be dropped early. I think it was Holly Robinson Peete. I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Was it the show For Your Love? Maybe in the one that she was most popular for?
Who, Holly Robinson Peete?
Yeah.
I thought she was popular for Mr. Cooper.
Boom, she is. She's a lot more popular for hanging Mr. Cooper, but I know she also did the For Your Love show. But she's the one that initially tweeted that she passed away. Mm-hmm. That's one thing, though, that kind of gets on my nerves sometimes.
When celebrities tweet?
When the bomb is dropped by, like another celebrity, it's like, what communication did you have with the family to lay that down? Like, personally, if I go, if it's not my bloodline, if it's not you, you know what I'm saying, or not any of my friends that I consider family, I don't want a nigga that I was associated with dropping it. Now, I don't know how close they were.
Right. I get what you mean. Somebody is you telling the news and we know y'all wasn't like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because it almost, and I'm not saying this is what Holly Robinson Peete did because, and I don't mean this any kind of shade or slight, whatsoever. Holly Robinson Peete, she hasn't really been active to my knowledge. She hasn't really been in the public eye lately. So
she's been doing some infomercials for her husband.
Oh, that's right. She has been showing that Montel Williams kick right now. But yeah, I don't think she did it for these reasons. But a lot of times when you see celebs who are still kind of fledgling,
they try to insert themselves in.
Exactly, because they know that tweet is going to carry. They know the screenshot is going to carry, and that's going to bring traction to their social medias. And I think, to me, that's always been like gross to me.
I get what you mean.
So I've never really been able to bang with that. However, we don't know what their relationship was.
Right.
And again, I don't think that was her intentions with dropping that gem. But either way it goes, yeah, man, don't take life for granted. Yeah. Don't take life for granted.
Please don't.
Don't take your fight for granted. We, especially us as black people, we are some of the strongest motherfuckers out there, if not the strongest. We got a hell of a story to tell, and really will endure so much in silence that when these things come about, you're immediately surprised. The obvious example being Chadwick. Yeah. No one knew Chadwick was sick except for Chadwick's people. And in a lot of ways, that's how it should be.
Yeah. Yeah. When you think about it, I mean, yeah. You wouldn't, a regular person just wouldn't go off and tell, whatever. Right. About their stuff. So you got to treat it the same way. You're right.
But let's actually get into some good news dealing with black women. Rashida Jones, and not Quincy Jones' daughter, is now the president of MSNBC.
We got to get a round of applause drop.
Got to. Well, yeah, we got to get drops back in general. Yeah. But, transition. Yeah. Had to get back here. So, Rashida Jones, unfortunately, I'm not familiar with her at all, but that's normally how it is when it comes down to corporate execs. Yeah. I don't want that to take away from whatever accomplishment she had prior. Again, this is an on-the-fly information that was dropped. We're getting it in real time, so I really didn't have the opportunity to go into her career, what she's done, how long she's been with MSNBC, the whole nine. But I didn't want this episode to go past without us giving her flowers. Right. Because she, I believe, is now the first black female president of a news media company.
That's dope.
It's amazing.
It's crazy. It's crazy that we still in 2020 saying first black anything. But
absolutely. No, I think we got up until about 2050.
Think so?
Until we finish. Oh, absolutely. There's a bunch of shit we still have not done. Shit. We still got to get, the first black man on the moon or whatever other planets we're trying to touch down on.
I think we had a black man on the moon. No, he was just astronaut.
Yeah, we get a bunch of them in space, but as far as touching down on some shit, I think we're still lacking on that. If we're wrong, correct us as y'all normally do. But yeah, we got a bunch of other firsts that we got to hit. But this is amazing because she's a first of her kind for one. Two, she's so young, so she has a lot of room to grow.
Right, I get what you mean.
The last president that was in there for some time. And I think when you go in young, when you go in with a fresh mindset and you go in with a relative knowledge of what's popping today, that's so much growth.
Now, this doesn't take away from her potential growth or longevity, but I feel like just like with politicians, when they have a position that's kind of behind the scenes like that, it should be capped off. You shouldn't be in that position for no 30 goddamn years. And that's what we see a lot with the politicians, but it should be capped off. And don't get me wrong, for however long it is, kill it, do whatever you need to. But Nah, man, it's no reason you have a job and a grandparent can have a job and their grandkid is grown trying to get same job. That doesn't happen. That shouldn't happen.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like being a president of a company. I feel like I don't know. I guess I'm on the opposite end of it. I feel like those can be the seats that you can sit in for a while if you figured it out and you're making the right moves.
If it's your company and you're okay, fine, I get that, but not. The CEO shouldn't be there for 30 years. That's just my opinion on it. CEO should not be there for 30 years. Now, again,
what would be the in and out time for a CEO?
I don't know what none of the in and out time would be. I really don't. But I'm just saying, like, give other people opportunity.
Step up and take charge. Absolutely. Now that's
all I mean. Eventually, that same CEO that's been the CEO for 20 years, shit ain't gonna be like it is now, like it was 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I feel like only certain people can really be like, okay, shit ain't like that. I need to adapt.
Right.
Everybody's not gonna adapt. So if you ain't gonna move the hell out the way.
Right.
That's just how I feel about it.
I think with the corporate ladder, I think it's way too much. It's way too cliquish, and it's a lot of just shifting niggas around. You see motherfuckers go from the president or the vice president, and now all of a sudden they're president or vice president of a completely different area of the actual company itself, or motherfuckers that were lower now gets ranked up to a higher place and they switch spots. Like, it's a lot of in-house playing with each other. You know what I mean?
Okay, and that's fine. But I mean, like, for instance, you have somebody who's about to get moved up to a VP of whatever, right? And you been killing that particular job,
right?
And this person get it because he's clicked up and he was that. To me, that's not right.
You know what that reminds me of?
It's not right.
Horrible Bosses.
How so?
So, shit. What is the main character's name? His name was completely lost to me. But the dude from Ozark, that's in Horrible Bosses. Jason Bateman. There we go. So he was kissing Kevin Spacey's ass like the entire time to get the senior VP position, and then just for Kevin Spacey to give it to himself.
Yeah, shit like that.
It's like, dog, let me up in there.
Right,
I now
shit like that. And I say that because when I work for Republic, for those of you who don't know, like the trash company, it was trash drivers who had been driving for 20, 30 plus years. Now, since that isn't a higher up position, I'm one to not really be that needs to be capped off. But at the same time, it needs to be capped off. You get somebody that's trying to come in and do what they need to do, and they can't move up because you've been there for 30 years. That something needs to change. That's another reason why I left Republic, because there was no growth. There was no, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you have to have that at some point in your career ladder.
Absolutely.
At some point. And a lot of these jobs, they aren't doing that.
Absolutely. Now, every job I've ever gone into, I always try to find out, what are the opportunities for advancement.
Exactly.
There, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, man. When I first got into the hospitality
there's always plenty of room up, and then when you get to the floor,
exactly. Shit just changed. Like, when I first got into hospitality, there was a lot of opportunity for advancement. And I actually watched a lot of people do it. I was just so stationary in what was going on. And then I left for grad school, and then I'm coming back. Now it's such a different ball game, especially in 2020, because ain't nobody.
In 2020
Republic ain't hiring nobody.
Yeah, 2020 is different. I get it.
Like, 2020 is just completely different. But I watched the area of advancement just become smaller and smaller. Any kind of opportunities that were there just dwindled away, and then it became a lot about favoritism. It became a lot about putting my niggas on instead of putting. Can you imagine my corporate saying I'm putting my niggas on? And ain't none of them look like us.
Because we ain't there yet. That's all.
Except Rashida Jones. And congratulations.
Yeah, that's what I have to get back to. Yeah, I hope she can rock her position out as long as possible.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But that's just my own personal beliefs on it.
And I really want to look more into what she has done with MSNBC, or really what she's done in general, because a lot of times in news media, niggas bounce back and forth. So who knows where she was at.
That's very true. But I'm starting to see a lot of Black people come into positions like that, and I'm starting to feel like they're trying to switch the culture.
Absolutely.
Whether it be in a good way or a bad, or just a monetary gain, I don't know, but I think they're trying to switch the culture.
Well, we've talked about in the show, we can literally say for years at this point, for years, we are the culture.
Yeah.
A lot of American culture is Black culture remixed.
You're very right about that.
Like, you look at the TikTok dance craze. And it's funny because this exact same conversation was just happening on Turn Mic Up group. You look at the TikTok dance crave, that takes you all the way back to Soulja Boy.
Yeah.
Who really started all this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now that's just the American thing is to get a viral TikTok video doing a dance. 9 times out of 10, it's the hip hop. I ain't seen no TikTok videos and no Taylor Swift shit.
Yeah. And we keeping this stack. If they had TikTok in 07, a lot of people that would be on. Because it was all dancing.
You know what? I agree and I disagree at the same time because that's the exact same conversation I was going to bring to Turn Mike Up when they brought up Soulja Boy. Somebody posted in the Turn Mike Up group that Soulja Boy is a bigger rap legend than Nip. First of all, I say again, stop it.
Cut that out.
Secondly, he was only important for him being the first one because even when you get down to sales, he didn't go platinum off of spins. He didn't go platinum off of single sales. He went platinum off of ringtones. And that was just the wave at the time. If you had a catchy ringtone, then you were good. Trust me, if you were able to purchase ringtones back when Pop City Hustler came out from Cadillac Ty, then he probably would have went platinum. But instead, you had the composer on your Nokia. Hitting that, you know what I'm saying?
I remember when I got another one bites of dust on Nokia, I thought it was a shit. I thought I was a shit.
You remember when you were actually able to put music on your phone and that shit just sound muffled? Like, why are you playing it through a t-shirt, nigga? Take the screen off of the speaker. Let that shit rock. You know, let it go. But
now look at this.
Now you can play whole ass albums on this shit. You know what I'm saying? You could take a whole song and like, nah, I'm gonna let this whole thing rock throughout the ring.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to my favorite verse right here. But even then, man, you look at what he did and you look at where it is now. Everything that's American culture is black culture. It's just remixed to, you know what I'm saying, people's favors.
Yeah. Just remix it tastes a little white diet. It tastes diet. That's all. It's diet.
Yeah, it took a little bit of the season out of it.
Yeah, that's all.
What's the Hispanic dude's name? The one that's viral from just being on a skateboard and drinking
the Ocean Spray crack?
Yeah,
I don't know his name. I didn't know my Ocean Spray guy.
I forgot his name. Y'all go ahead and drop that in the comments as well.
That man got to go everywhere drinking Ocean
everywhere
Spray.
he go, he got to have a bottle of Ocean Spray.
Man.
But you look at stuff like that.
I wonder, do he got different flavors? Like when he...
No, I think it got to be the same one each time.
Flavor
You know,
what's if a weak flavor like cranberry?
I think that's what it was.
Can't even be like
I think
cran grape or nothing. It's probably like straight cranberry.
But that's the thing. That's probably why he has to have cranberry. Imagine how...
And he got cranberry cocktail. He ain't even got juice.
Imagine the brain explosion that happens, you know what I'm saying, with the world. This nigga pop out with cran apple, cran melon, from cran mango.
They should actually, Ocean Spray should use him to debut new flavors.
They did for a little bit.
Really?
Well, not to debut new flavors, but I think they used him for at least for a digital ad.
I would use him every time I got a new flavor. I'm calling him.
But even with that turned into a TikTok challenge. But the only reason that was as big is because you see this dude that looks like an active cholo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He look like he done stabbed 30 niggas right now.
Skateboarding, drinking cranberry
high
juice.
Socks, high white socks.
Exactly. Yeah. Khakis, mad crease. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you know, so you see him on the skateboard, just kind of enjoying life, having fun.
Just doing him, yeah.
And then that became a craze. So I'm not saying that, you know, that's a black culture thing, but as brown culture, we fall in the same aspect.
What you're saying is we need a craze.
I can't skateboard. No. If we will be viral for the wrong fucking reason.
I can't skateboard.
If I get on a skateboard, it's raps.
I agree. I'm the same way.
I remember being a kid, and there's nothing more corny than you being around cats that can actually skateboard, that can actually rollerblade.
I can rollerblade though. I can rollerblade my ass off back then.
Well, I feel I can't even say everybody can rollerblade because I'm not that great right now. My roll bounce is way off.
No, I was like doing shit. I
used to see cats with the little inline skate joints and the motherfuckers be hitting the ground off the sidewalk and shit like that. And meanwhile, I'm behind on my Huffy. Like I can get on that curb now.
Yeah.
I'm probably trash at hopping up on a curb now on a bike. I go on that motherfucker look like Napoleon Dynamite.
You just get off the whole bike and just pull it up on the curb.
All momentum done. You know what I'm saying? Everybody jumping on the curb, doing flips on the curb. Skirt.
Get off. Exactly.
It didn't have a ramp. So fuck out of here, man. I'm riding my bike. I'm enjoying my time. Having me a good old time. Let's get into some of the things that happened this week. So it was kind of a slow. It was a very slow week.
Yeah.
In the media that we digest. But I guess where you want to start? You want to start with boxing? You want to start with felonies?
Let's start with boxing first, so we can get that out the way.
All right, let's go ahead and do it. So, real quick, I know I saw the Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia fight.
Yeah, I missed that one.
This was Errol Spence' first fight since the car accident. I was actually watching at my pop's house, and he never seen the accident. I was surprised he wasn't really too familiar with Errol Spence Jr. I was like, really?
Really?
And he's really into welterweight fighters too at that. So it was interesting. But outside of that, we were watching the fight, and one thing I noticed is that ring rust was definitely there with Spence. Because I think they said it's been 450 days or something like that since
been
his
a little
last
over
fight.
a year, yeah.
Because of course, between the accident and the pandemic and recovery, all the other shit played a part.
He got to recover from the accident, but then once he's able to recover from accident, he's still got to get back in the boxing.
Exactly. But he was still the WBC and the IBF welterweight champion, so he had to get back.
He had to get back. The pressure's on him now. It's like, nigga, get back or this is raps.
And that was one of the things I was saying during the fight. There was a lot of ring rust there. There was a lot of repositioning himself. However, there's still a lot of Errol Spence Jr. there as well. So it was actually really entertaining to watch. Danny Garcia, I got a lot of respect for him as a fighter.
Really?
Yeah, he's a power puncher, and he's a hell of a counter puncher. But he couldn't take advantage of the ring rust, or Errol Spence Jr. is just that good.
I think when you have athletes like Errol Spence Jr., that's you being the athlete determines how your training is gonna go when it fails. You know what I mean? Like, obviously he rehabbed and he was trying to get back, but he probably wasn't all the way there just right now. Right. But this is where the athlete comes into play. This is where, you know what I mean?
Muscle memory.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? I honestly believe, even though he got knocked out, I honestly believe if they were playing basketball, and even though it's been years since he played, if Nate Robinson played basketball, a lot of that would come back. Just regular athlete shit.
Absolutely. So. I mean, you see it with Jordan.
Yeah.
Anytime Jordan is at his training camp or doing, that somebody pass him a ball, somebody gonna be around with a camera. Like, I'm gonna get this shit.
Of Jordan. I want to say he was in Florida. I don't know where he was playing pickup basketball somewhere, and it was like he told the dude, "Hey, you better YouTube me."
Oh, they were outside, right?
They were outside. Yeah, I saw that shit. Even then, that's just probably you knew he couldn't get down there and run a full 48 minutes, but he'll probably bust your ass.
He'll definitely bust your ass in a game of 21.
Yeah, exactly. With ease.
About the thing in his Jordan, he could be like, "Nah, we playing 17."
Yeah, like, right.
17?
We playing 17 12 times.
12 times. And I'm gonna bust your ass all 12 times. You think you can at least get one? Like, in let's say 5 games. 5 games 21. You think you can get one game off of Jordan?
No.
Not even now?
No. Even then, no.
Oh, well, back then, of course not. Back then, I'm
talking about for me back then. If I was
if you were in prime conditioning facing Jordan today, you still think you wouldn't get one off of him?
I think I can get close. Like if we play 21, I think I can maybe get 10. But that's about as far as
but you got to take into consideration that Jordan was never a defense guy.
Don't matter.
So in your prime, you know what I'm saying?
It don't matter. Have you ever played 21 before?
Of course.
Niggas don't play defense until you get to 19. Till you got one more bucket to go. That's Jordan's game.
That's why you play defense all game.
Yeah, okay.
And you play like Detroit, goddammit.
You see what happened to them?
Eventually. But in the beginning, back-to-back championships.
I can probably do really well. I can probably have good runs. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh shit, he doing some 3-4 buckets in a row, and then there's Jordan.
So we actually had this conversation a couple of days ago about, in the NBA players, even the scrubs in the NBA are still some of the hardest niggas, you know what I'm saying, on the blacktop. Who do you think you can actually get some money up out of in the NBA right now? At your best.
At my best?
At your best.
At my best, I don't even think I'm a 12th man on that bench, honestly.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I'm like a 9th, 10th, 8th man, somewhere around there, honestly. Like, I honestly believe, like, when I was, seriously playing and seriously trying to do it, I can watch a few cats that's either was on NBA rosters then or either is on NBA rosters now. I honestly believe that.
Name a guy that's on the roster now.
I'm honestly not crazy familiar like I was with people on rosters, like to know depth charts and shit like that. So I don't know. Honestly, right now, probably nobody.
I was about to say, I literally just put
right
you on
now,
the spot, so
probably
that's
nobody. Yeah.
You think with this season coming up and the movements that we've seen happen during the off season, and with them returning to their arenas and everything like that, what do you think the season gonna look like now?
I think this season will be probably our best season to date.
I agree. That's exactly what I was thinking.
I truly agree. I've thought, a reduction in games would be drastic. When they were talking about the 55 and 65, I was like, all right, now y'all being a little bit crazy. 72 was, to me, that's like perfect. With the moves that have been made, I think there were some great moves. I think this is going to be one of our best seasons.
I agree. I'm not too sure why they're still playing in their arenas. Like I get, football has returned to arena games. And I know certain arenas are still doing partial capacity. The Errol Spence Jr. Danny Garcia fight, they were operating at half capacity, but it did the social distancing looked crazy. I'm like, y'all niggas is not distancing. Motherfuckers out here, no mask on, just raw dog in the air.
Was that a fight? Did it end in knockout?
No, it went 12 rounds.
12, okay.
12. Now, it could have ended in a knockout a few times, but that's where the ring rust comes into play.
Gotcha.
Because there were a lot of open opportunities for counterpunching on Errol Spence's part. There was a lot of flurries that could have led to that one good. Well, Errol Spence Jr., he was really throwing his jab in a straight really fucking good. But there were a lot of open opportunities to come off of a hook during a flurry and really knock that nigga on his ass. Because even though he was, he had ring rust, Errol Spence Jr. was really lumping up Danny Garcia.
Gotcha.
My man was red the whole fight. I think low key looked like he broke his nose at one point.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But that left eye was closing. The right side was getting lumped up, and I'm like, this is coming back.
Right.
In boxing, how you boxing? You're doing damage, my
Danny
guy.
Garcia was glad he got that Errol Spence instead of
exactly. If he had got pre-accident Errol Spence, this would have been because, and that's what I explained to my dad because like I was saying, he wasn't too familiar with him. So I told him, I said, go watch the Sean Porter fight. You go watch Sean Porter fight, you'll see how he really get down. He put Sean Porter on his ass.
Yeah.
Had that nigga, knock knee. You know what I mean? I think he's gonna get back there eventually. But, after a year and some change off, you're gonna, you gotta shake the cobwebs.
Was this
off.
fight for a belt?
Yeah, it was for both belts.
Okay. So he retained.
Yeah.
Okay.
He retained both of them. So big up to them.
Yeah, buying some time, yeah.
Exactly. Errol, we know you listen to the show all the time. So congratulations to you. But definitely don't sleep on Danny Garcia. I think he's gonna come back real strong.
Yeah.
He like I said, he looked good in the fight, but his big issue was he threw a lot of power punches.
I thought you was gonna say he led with his head. Carry on.
No, he actually did headbutt him at one point though. And Errol Spence was starting to get that viral knot that everybody shares out. So he better not share that picture because then he will be a meme. But Danny Garcia threw a lot of power punches.
He was trying to end it.
And the thing with him is he's actually really good with the power punch.
Right.
Because he follows through like a motherfucker. But when you follow through and hit nothing but wind, you know how tired you are?
Hell yeah.
that shit takes everything out of you. So, it slowed him down a lot. But I think that was kind of his demise. And, I do think Errol Spence Jr. landed really good punches.
You ever been like laying in your bed and it's like, laying down, go to sleep, whatever, and a corner of the sheet comes up?
Okay, this is related.
So you trying to put the corner back down without getting up?
Often. Yeah.
And you do that little jump to do it?
Yeah.
You know how tired you be after that jump? Especially when it don't work, when you're like, fuck, I am going to have to get up. You know how tired you be after that jump?
That's us on some regular nigga shit.
Yeah.
Imagine throwing a power punch against another boxer. No, you know what else is tiring and frustrating as fuck? Is getting that first sock off, but you don't want to dedicate yourself to lean over and peel the sock off, so you give it the big toe.
Lean over? I never lean over. I can take my socks off without using my hands.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like when you dedicate yourself to using the big toe that's still inside the other sock, you're just like, once I get this first sock off,
the first sock off,
I got mobility.
I'm good. Yeah.
But that first sock, trying to get in a little crevice, you just sit there, just and eventually you like admit defeat for like 5 seconds.
That's why you got to go from the ankle, and you got to go down, and
I'm a big dude, so the ankles are meaty. So it's a little.
You got to find the crevice in your ankle, like where your Achilles and your ankle has that little crevice. You have to slip your toe in there, and hopefully it gets in. And when it don't, that's when you be like, "Fuck."
That's when you just mad, and then you end up pushing your Achilles around, and your Achilles sore like you done been out there doing some jogging, and now you got to explain like why you burnt out, like why you so tired? Like I'm trying to get this fucking sock off. It fucks up your day. It fucks up your entire day. What's so bad about it is I would get in from work, or even just get in for being outside in general and sit in my apartment. And I just want to take my socks off.
Yeah.
And I will be sitting on a chair the same way I am now, easy reach. But I will not dedicate myself to that.
Oh no, I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
Get this off. You know what I mean?
I'm the same way. Or if I'm being real lazy and I realize the carpet is a little rough, I use the carpet to take the sock off. Man, look.
He said, if this carpet got some traction, we good.
Yeah, it was good.
The perfect carpets for that were those thin ass carpets they used to have in high school. When you get to actual classroom itself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Super thin, where it damn near was like floor, basically.
Yeah. Well, it was floor with a condom. That's what it was.
Pretty much, and in a bag, I'm lambskin. You know what I'm saying? There was no give to that motherfucker at all. That you would get in a nice carpeted area. Anyway, that was left. But
we say all to say, don't throw power punches and hit the air.
Don't throw power punches.
Yeah.
Don't throw unless you know you about to knock a motherfucker out. Don't throw power punches. So again, congratulations, Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
Another situation with boxing, if you want to call it that. Floyd Mayweather's coming back.
You know,
with no excitement, nothing.
No, you know. People, I guess, close to him at the time would say that, he spends a lot of money. The money's running out. And I'm really starting to think that now, man.
Really?
Like, to me, there was no... It's funny because I think we talked about this last, like when the Nate Robinson thing happened off camera. But I honestly think this has to be a money grab. It has to be.
I agree.
But it also baffles me because, like... This just helps me think that the money's really running low because I'm like, what bag could you offer Floyd Mayweather?
Right.
You know what I mean? Unless the money is low where he's trying to just get something. Because I don't get this. Now, I will say this. Floyd's probably going to beat the dog shit out of that boy.
Yeah.
But this, to me, it's a money grab. To me, I felt like with what Mike Tyson did, like with his fight and how they had the undercards, it could really be something. Like it can bring boxing to prominence. We can really have a versus but boxing style. And then Floyd does his dumb shit. I'm like, you mean to tell me this man can go from fighting another YouTube star terribly to fighting arguably the best boxers ever? Really? That's okay?
Well, no, this ain't even Jake Paul. This is the other brother. This is Logan.
It's the other brother.
This is the other brother.
Regardless, still,
it's going to be an even quicker bout.
This is terrible, and
this is one of those things.
Put it this way: depending on who the undercard is, will determine if I'm going to watch that fight. Because if it's just those two, no, I'm not watching that. But if if you give me a crazy undercard, i.e. the Nate Robinson type thing, give me something like that, okay, cool, I'll watch. But other than that, no, I'm not watching.
That's my biggest fear is they're going to have, because just like the Tyson Jones fight, they're probably going to have probably two, because they're not going to let this shit go on long. They're probably going to have two amazing undercard fights, then another gimmick fight, and then this is going to main event. I don't see it being any other way. And I agree with you. Well, first of all, like we said before, Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul are going to be fighting. And as far as they already got the prices and everything set out, which pisses me off because I'm like, oh, y'all have been planning.
Yeah, they've been planning. I heard it like in a room, but I don't know if it's true or not. Is Logan Paul like an actual boxer?
I don't know. I think he's just trained. I know, like I said, his brother is registered. I don't know. He's gonna have to get registered, but I don't know if he has a record or anything. He's literally doing this for the looks, which is gonna look.
I don't blame him though. I don't blame him at all.
I do.
For the look, I don't blame him at all.
I blame the fuck out.
I blame Floyd in this.
So here's why I don't blame Floyd. And this actually was the point I was about to get to. We were saying that, he's possibly out of money or is in desperate need of a bag. I look at Floyd now the way that Nicolas Cage goes about making movies. He said it himself. I like spending money, and I spend a lot of money. So I keep taking on these roles to make sure I have the money to spend. Which is why Nick Cage has been in some of the wildest shit. Some of the wildest straight-to-DVD movies ever.
Yeah, he's been in some wild shit. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? His filmography is crazy, and that's because he just likes spending money. And I think that's kind of where Floyd's
at.
He's
in a lot of indie films.
A hell of a lot of indie films. Yeah. And he's been doing that really since the start of his career. Yeah, he's had a lot of straight to DVD, straight to television, all this other shit. Oh, I'm sorry, straight to VHS. We're talking.
I have heard that the straight to DVD movies, you do get a bigger payout initially. I have heard.
Yeah, because you can get that initial signing get that initial signing check, and then you can also work it into your contract that you also get DVD sales. So you're just constantly making money off of that. And then when streaming services pick it up, you're constantly making money off of that too. Yeah. See, Nick Cage is on to something. But I look at Floyd Mayweather the exact same way. I think to keep up his appearance, to keep up with spending and going about things the way Floyd Mayweather would go about things, he kind of got to take what he can get. And the unfortunate side of it is, with where we are with social media, with how we make these celebrities and these people in sports gods, he's gonna blow the fuck up. He's gonna get everything that he was trying to get from that and then some. It's about to be sponsorships crazy, and then you also got to tag in the fact that the Paul family are fucking big. They have a stupid following. That's a bunch of white people with money that are going to invest into this as well, whether buying the fight or just trying to get sponsorship. They're gonna secure that bag like a motherfucker. I mean, even look at the layout. So the first 1 million purchases will be $24.99, the early bird special, as they were calling it, and after that, it's gonna be $69.99.
Now, I will say this: like, if he since he is doing something like this, yes, maximize every bit of funding you can. I get that.
Right.
But I still put it on him because at the end of the day, this fight doesn't happen if you don't agree to it.
It's true.
Number one. Number two, if I'm taking the Nick Cage approach, you like spending money, okay, then do better at managing your money in places. You know what I mean? Like, he's undefeated, right?
Yeah.
You're, like I said, arguably the best boxer ever lived. I'm pretty sure you can get other investments, other deals that can be made that keeps that steady influx of money coming so you don't have to do dumb shit like this.
I wonder, has he worn out his welcome when it comes down to other things he can do? Because that is something I've always thought about. You don't see Floyd Mayweather, you know what I'm saying, doing Sprite commercials. You don't see him,
You're right. You're absolutely right.
With a sports deal or anything like that. You just see the money team.
You're
that's
right.
it.
But you can, being that you are the money team, use some of that money to make your own shit if that's the case.
It's not a bad
You can't
idea.
like if Floyd was to put out a liquor right now, regardless on whatever kind of liquor it is, this shit's gonna sell. Why? Because it's Floyd. Yes, because it's Floyd.
I could definitely see the marketing behind it, making it sexy than a motherfucker.
And that's exactly why he had the strip club out here, the library. To my knowledge, that library jumped because, I mean, hey, they say because of the women too, but Floyd's name was behind it. Same thing.
I definitely contributed for sure.
Same thing. I'm just saying you could do stuff like that. I'm not saying it will recuperate wherever you're spending, but you can do stuff like that to where you don't have to do stuff like this, because I look at it as there's no integrity behind that.
No, I agree. And it's just like everybody been saying that
if it was Logan Paul and some random person, then I don't expect there to be no integrity. Neither one of y'all boxers. You're a boxer.
I needed Jake Paul to be the one to fight him because we need that back as a community. This doesn't count.
I seen something that said Jake Paul beating up Nate Robinson. I don't know how, but somehow it was racist.
Somehow. But no, I agree with you. And I agree with what a lot of people were saying about Tyson and Jones. I don't agree with how they said it about Tyson and Jones, but I take what they said about them and compare it to this. To me, this does, make a mockery of the sport. Yeah. Because I don't give a fuck how much training time Logan Paul is putting in. I don't care how long he's been training. I don't give a fuck he's been training with Jake Paul since Jake Paul started boxing. You're not gonna beat Floyd Mayweather.
He'd be lucky if he can even hit that man.
You'll be lucky. I was just about to say that. Floyd Mayweather has the best get out the way game. His last 15 fights have shown you that.
It's niggas that's been literally boxing their whole life that couldn't hit this.
That just couldn't hit him.
What makes you think you are?
Just one. He has one of the greatest defense. He's probably the best defensive boxer next to Ali.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I don't give a fuck how good you are. Even if you can go in there and actually throw some shit out there, you're not gonna hit this.
Not gonna hit this man.
And then he's just as good as a counter puncher as he is a defensive fighter.
Exactly.
This nigga's gonna knock you the fuck out because you're not gonna be prepared, because you're gonna do what Nate Robinson did. You're gonna rush in head first because you do not have that experience. So it's like you're watching this fight literally to watch Logan Paul get knocked out. And I think that's the entire reason.
Probably so. I mean, don't get me wrong. For anybody, I mean, I don't hate on nobody getting their coins. Logan or Floyd, get all the money y'all can possibly get. Me personally, I just feel like there was no integrity behind this, and I can't. Yeah.
And I also hate people saying, well, why don't Floyd come out of retirement to fight a real boxer? And that man is almost 50 years old. He is not about to fight no real boxer.
And then, I mean, shit. Well, I don't know about the other weight classes, so I'll hold that. I won't say that.
Let me actually double check. Floyd's like what, 43, 44?
Damn near 50.
He's definitely on the north end.
He on the cusp.
Let me see. 43.
Okay, he ain't on the
Floyd
cusp.
Mayweather is 43 years old.
Early 40s, but still.
That nigga is not about to fight
Yeah,
anybody that's out here clanging and banging like that. Yeah, that shit's not
Why
about to
Logan
happen.
Paul don't fight Pacquiao?
Yeah, while we sitting there talking about it.
That's because Pacquiao lump his ass up. He don't want that smoke.
And even though Pacquiao is older, Pacquiao can still take a punch better than anybody. Now, granted, he's showing you a lucky punch will take that ass down.
Right.
But
you gotta land that lucky motherfucker.
You gotta land that lucky punch. A head up, 1-on-1, just, you know what I'm saying, throwing soup bones, that it would say. Nah, he gonna eat those. He gonna take that like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I can't even say I'm even curious about this fight. I'm literally gonna watch it just to watch Logan Paul get knocked out, and I'm gonna pirate it.
Unless they like some undercards that intrigue me, I don't plan on watching this. This will be one of those where I catch the highlights or the mockery the next day. Honestly. Yeah,
that is true. But and you know what? That's one thing that does add excitement to it, is that I know it's gonna be an amazing undercard on there. Like, it could be two cats that we know or two cats that we don't know. But it's the cats that we don't know who are out there to prove a point. Like, look, this is the biggest stage we're going to be on for a long time, especially during this pandemic. Oh, I'm finna go. I'm finna make some shit happen.
Jake and Nate are finna do the rematch on the undercard of that fight.
They bet not. They bet the fuck not. They better sit his ass down.
What's gonna happen.
This fight is February 11th. It is too close to comfort. Nope, Nate better stay his ass at home.
Because he don't believe it. He thinks it was a fluke too. Watch. Bet you.
Nah. If they do any kind of rematch, then they need to be in the parking lot playing 21. Like, welcome to my world.
Jumping over cars and shit.
And Nate better dunk on him every time. And I'm talking about the dunk he got on Dwight Howard where he put his nuts on his neck.
What if they play 1-on-1 as a rematch and Nate loses? That'd be bad.
Somebody got to just be.
We got to trade him at that point. We got to do another racial draft and trade him.
Oh, absolutely. Nate Robinson's going to become Nate Schwartz.
Yeah, he got you.
we got to get that Robinson name to somebody else. But
what if Jake Buckheimer or something like that?
What if Jake claims that now he's Jake Robinson? Now we got. I mean, he literally fought for the spot.
Yeah. Man.
But yeah, no, I agree. This is definitely one of those fights that it's making a mockery. But I'm really interested in what the undercard is going to be, and I just want to see Logan Paul get his ass knocked out. That'll make me feel a little bit better about
about Nate,
about Nate and his transgressions. Because then I want Logan Paul. I really want. I'm drawing a blank on his name now. Conor McGregor. I really want him to accept Jake Paul's call out.
For Jake Paul's sake, I hope he don't.
No, I need him to, because I need that back.
Because he's gonna beat that. He's gonna beat
the shit out of him. And then we could tie it back. He beats Jake Paul. Floyd Mayweather beat Conor McGregor. So we got that win back. It's all about connecting the dots. Connecting the dots, making the triangle. It's pretty now. I just need it to be pretty again. That's all I need it to be. So that was the boxing. Now let's go ahead and get into these young felonies. So of course we all saw that Herbo was I can't say he was arrested. He surrendered himself to the police. Same thing with Casanova, but we'll start with Casanova because it's a bit of a shorter story. So Casanova, he surrendered himself to the authorities after a racketeering indictment. Why is it rappers are like exclusively getting racketeering indictments now?
That RICO charge, bro. Let me tell you,
the RICOs is going at the moment.
When the feds say that they got you for a RICO, they got you, dog.
They got you. It's some shit that they know that you didn't even know.
It ain't like, your local police department say we got you. You can probably, get in, get out with that one. But when the feds say they got you, they ain't got you over some shit you said yesterday. They got you some shit you said 4 or 5 years ago.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's damn. I mean, this made his feelings towards 6ix9ine made this that much more clearer for me. But it's like, damn, man. I mean, I hate to see anybody go to jail, but for a RICO charge, come on, man.
Especially because Cass was really doing everything in his power to just let rap be what he does.
Right. And it seems like that happens a lot. Rappers who may have done stuff like this allegedly, once they get to a point where they're just making legit money, that's when the feds come knocking.
And that's really the second fucked up part about it is because I was gonna initially say once he beats it, he needs to make sure he has the most fire single ready when he comes out.
Absolutely.
However, with 6ix9ine, we're not seeing these cats beat it anymore.
Yeah.
Fuck popularity. If you were there, you either cooperating or you're gonna sit.
Sure, to be honest, you ain't never really seen nobody. I mean, beat a RICO charge really, and we know Cass ain't finna do what 6ix9ine did. So I honestly believe he gonna sit.
I think he's gonna sit. I don't think he'll sit for the amount of time they're initially saying he's looking at. But shit, I didn't even write down what it was.
If I don't think he. I mean, they said they won't look at him for it. I don't know. Who knows with these people? If he don't get convicted of like the murder charge, then I think that will reduce some time. But I think he's gonna be sitting upwards of 10 to 15 years.
And I think the same thing. I don't even think it was necessarily his involvement. I think it was his team because when you look at the charges, it was conspiracy to make.
It's him and like 18 other people, right?
Yeah, 18, 17 or 18.
Yeah, he might have made 18, but yeah,
he might have made 18. Conspiracy to commit racketeering, conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, and possession of a firearm in furtherance of a drug trafficking crime. So this nigga had squad.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
And they was with the shits.
So for him to go down with the other 17 cats, I think, like you said, I think he'll do like 11 to 15. But I also fear that because who he is in entertainment, you start to look at him as the money guy.
Yeah, or they're looking
guys,
to make an example out of somebody.
Exactly. That was my exact point. The money guy is always the example because we need you to either flip or we need you to sit. Mm-hmm. And you look at 6ix9ine, that nigga said, "Nah, I'm about to do all kinds of tricks for you."
Yeah.
You want me to gallop? I got you.
Yeah, and we know he's not gonna flip. So yeah.
So man. So big ups to Casanova, man. I don't see what comes. I don't see what positive comes from
right.
this.
I hope his lawyer team is straight.
I look at the same way that what's my man's name? The podcast host always says beloved
Tax.
Yeah. I look at Tax's case. You hope he was gonna kind of come out of
you hope it, but yeah.
But then shit just
started going, and you was like, yeah, he's sitting,
and he just surrendered himself.
Yeah.
And now, like I said, when you look at it, we don't have that much information on it just yet. He just surrendered himself. Now we got to peel back layers.
He did look when he surrendered himself. I will say he did look up spirits. I mean, what can you expect if you're recording it? But he did look like I'm finna body this shit.
But was that because he
was
knows
it front or not?
Or was that just for the media?
Yeah,
because you already know how they get down. I'll put you in front of a camera. You got to come across this way, do this, that, and the third. Like again, going back to 6ix9ine, who was facing the exact same shit. This nigga started donating, you know what I'm saying, to different fundraisers, visiting schools and shit, just trying to clean up the 6ix9ine image. And they was like, nah, you still gonna do 22.
Right. Now, I don't know how true it was or not, but they did say that his, I don't know if it was his girlfriend or his mom's, either way, his girlfriend's friend is the one who, like, basically told the police about everything.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That would be nuts to me. Imagine dating a chick or being with a chick and her friend tells your shit to get you.
Bro, that pillow talking.
Oh, man.
And again, with something as bad as racketeering, there were bugs everywhere.
Yeah.
So that pillow talking, like, so we heard you on the phone with your girl. Can you explain what happened with that? Because if you don't explain to us, now you're hard reading a fugitive and, that can fall on you. She probably like, my mic up. Let me go ahead and say it.
My mic sounds nice.
Make sure, check 1, check 2. This is what happened. And probably just went from there.
Damn.
Now, I think the girlfriend came out and said that, I guess, whatever the fuck she was, because there was like audio of her talking to the cops. Whatever it was, that was from a different situation, completely unrelated. But my question is, let's say that was a different situation. Why are you still cool with this girl if she's talking ill on your dude that could possibly get him pinched?
Yeah.
How tight of friends are y'all?
Yeah. At the end of the day, that man, I have to assume that man was putting food on the table. You know what I mean? Maybe keeping people employed. So now if this man has to sit down, he's not here. You expect her to do that?
Right.
Yeah. That's you. Yeah.
Yeah, but Yeah, keep your head up, Cass. Again, we know you listen to the show.
Yeah. We appreciate you.
We'll definitely see what happens with that. We'll definitely keep you guys updated on that as well. Finally, another nigga that went to jail, G Herbo. He surrendered, and this is one that gave Kev a good chuckle. It tickled, if you will.
Yeah.
He surrendered in a fraud case from allegedly scoring luxury trips and luxury puppies.
I'm gonna give me a luxury puppy. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna get one.
Like, it's expensive. I think that's all you really got to know on that one is it's expensive.
Hey, you think Fendi make labradoodles?
Probably.
Would that be considered a luxury puppy?
If you can get the Fendi people to print their shit on it, possibly.
Or what if I can go to like a hair groomer and have?
That's what I'm about to say. You gonna pull some Dapper Dan shit and just do it yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Give me a designer puppy.
Then you can run the back, but then what happens when the hair grows back?
I should cut it again.
So okay. So you pretty much gonna have a dog looking like Dollar from Richie Rich,
except it's Fendi.
Except it's Fendi. So this nigga silly. So G Herbo says him as well as his music promoter and other members of his crew allegedly conspired to defraud numerous businesses with stolen credit cards over the course of a 4-year period. Why do y'all have stolen credit cards? Because you're a rapper and rappers got an image to maintain.
Or because they rather use those stolen credit card money opposed to their money. So they really wasn't getting it like, actually they was getting it enough. They was buying designer puppies and shit.
Well, from these cards. So the feds claim Herbo specifically conspired to get a private villa in Jamaica back in 2017. They used a stolen credit cards to pay for the incidentals, which is stupid because then they have to return that money back to the credit card as if that's not going to report to the person that these niggas is using my card for incidentals, so I know where the fuck you at.
Now I'm looking like, wait, why is this being used anyway?
Then you got said the feds alleged rapper was in cahoots with his music promoter Antonio Strong. Used the alias for the stolen credit cards. Purchased 2 designer puppies from a luxury pet store.
What the fuck is a luxury pet store?
A bunch of Fendi puppies. We've just figured this out. You already said it. A bunch of Fendi puppies. Just niggas in there cutting in the label. Just going from there.
Imagine you got a fake Fendi puppy.
Dog, see, and this is where niggas go wrong. Scored a private jet to fly women in. They got a private yacht charter.
It's always these bitches, man. They be getting us caught up.
Rentals. Nigga, why are you renting shit that requires you to have tracking?
Requires you to have a driver's license.
And you had to bring the shit back. Like, nigga, we can get you at any point. That's why it's kind of crazy that he had to surrender himself. They could have just been like,
they could have showed up at the rental car agency.
Right. They could have been at designer puppies chalet or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, bro,
Le Puppy Chalet.
Right, exactly. They could have been at Le Puppy trying to find out. Hey, bro, we know. Bring your ass in. We need them cars. It's just it was just constant fucking like paper trails. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was dumb.
It doesn't make any fucking sense, but
it's dumb. But I don't think he'll do no time. I think he'll get a few years of probation, but I don't think he'll do no time for this.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do it. I think his team is gonna just take that L.
Yeah, I don't think he'll do no time.
He said he didn't know, which is his way out. My
nigga, your dog sitting there with Fendi print. You knew.
Your dog sitting there talking about some Bach. Bow wow. Like, why my dog so damn sedated?
Right. My dog sound elegant.
Maybe it's one of those dogs. Remember the old school? It wasn't Alpo. What was the brand? Remember they just had the dog sitting on top of the chair and then they'll crack the little can and they got the little opera music playing in the back. It's a commercial from the 90s.
I don't remember it.
Damn, I was about to say Purina, but I'm like, nope, that's Cat.
Caesar?
Caesar's, yes.
There you go. I remember the little thing.
They had a little opera commercial. That dog was sitting there prissy than the motherfucker. Mm-hmm. That dog credit score like it's better than mine.
That was a Fendi dog.
It had to be a Fendi dog. Now you know what he went out there buying.
I want to do your credit score got to be up for you to get a Fendi dog.
I'd assume.
Why? You're not paying on the dog in installments.
You got to make sure you can take care of that dog, partner. You got to make sure the dog gonna be good. The dog gonna snitch on you.
You're right.
Because as soon as you bring around a Fendi puppy and all these other dogs are Bow Wow, Bob, and this nigga go Roof, we don't know this nigga no more. They got Federico. He's now Freddy.
Man.
They don't want that. They don't want them issues no more. And that's gonna be the biggest problem. The dog's gonna get them caught up because the dog's like, I'm tired of eating this ghetto shit. What the fuck is Alpo? What the fuck is kibbles and bits? My food hard as fuck. Where's my Caesars? Yeah. I need my Caesars with the band in the back.
My goal in life is to give me a designer puppy.
You just
legally.
You just found a new height to climb.
Yeah,
a new place to reach. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. I just feel like they got all that shit really to stunt. They got all that shit really to pull this, this image off. Because it said it went on back to 2017. Well, I'm sorry, what it said for the last 4 years. So 2016 would be the earliest that they were doing all this shit. So they were just trying to put on this front. They probably was like, look, we're getting real money again. However, this is still easy and lucrative and we haven't been caught yet. But again, the feds never take their eyes off you. They just wait till they got enough on you to justify the amount of money they're going to spend to put you behind bars.
I seen something that said 90% of Fed cases end up in conviction.
Oh, yeah.
90%.
Once they get involved, you can pretty much chalk that up. Mm-hmm. And again, you're either going to talk or you're going to sit. Mm-hmm. At this point, like you said, G Herbo's not going to be one of those cases. Yeah. He's definitely going to get off on probation. Yeah. At probably the worst, house arrest.
Mm-hmm. Some fines, yeah.
Definitely some fines. He's probably going to have to kick all that bread back.
Mm-hmm. Give it a puppy back, nigga.
All you do is shave the puppy down and say it's a Chihuahua. It's no longer that little Yorkie or whatever the shit we used to see on the commercials. Now it's a Chihuahua, straight from Mexico, and just go from there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to pay all that money back and do the little normal shit. Because again, this is one of those situations where his team can be like, "Look, we'll sit for this, whether it was our idea or not. We'll sit for this, but you better take care of us while we sit." Right. You know what I'm saying? It better be stacks on the books, you know what I'm saying? To the point where we're good the entire time. We're low key in club fed, for real.
Basically, right.
My question is, coming out of this, what happens with G Herbo? Because from what it was looking like, it was a lot of motherfuckers that were actually in charge of his career. So now it's new team time. Does the label still fuck with him?
Mm-hmm. That's a really good question. Hope he still got that puppy.
Yeah, you can at least sell that. Get a. What do you think the designer puppies go for?
That's a good question. That is a really good question.
Because I will lose my shit. How do you? Me a designer puppy is $250,000.
Is there like paperwork that shows it's a designer puppy? Like, how do you? Can I just go get any street dog and know this designer?
I wonder they treat it the same way they treat like weave. Like this came from a virgin Malaysian girl or some shit like that. Like we got papers on it, but we know where this puppy was born. And y'all can see I don't know shit about weave. Somebody's probably watching right now. What the fuck you mean virgin Malaysian girl? Like somebody out here like it's Peruvian.
That's a good question.
But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they have some kind of paperwork from it. Probably a lineage of esteemed puppies. Like his puppy probably was like the fucking ancestor to like a puppy to George Washington.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Or you would end up with a Hitler puppy. You could lie on some shit. Would it still be designer? What's the worth of a descendant of a Hitler puppy? These are the questions. These are the questions that we need answered.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, that's the show. At the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We just dropped our unapologetic collection on the Noize merch site.
Get that.
So make sure you go to the noizemerch.threadless.com.
That new fire. Get that.
Go ahead and load up there. Again, we were joking about it, but you guys absolutely can. If you want to go to beatnetworkonline.com, scroll to the bottom. You can donate there, or you can cash app it directly to #BeatNetwork. You may have to capitalize it because, we're kind of special like that. Mm-hmm. But if you don't, then again, you can go ahead and shoot over whatever you choose to shoot over, or get you some merch, or donate. There's a bunch of different ways you can support. Wherever you're listening to this at, drop our 5, especially if you're on Apple Podcasts, drop us them 5 stars. That's going to help a lot.
That helps a lot.
Share this, comments, whatever you can. Mm-hmm. We really got to manipulate the algorithms because we're starting to get buried. Yeah. Almost. And it's not because, people aren't supporting, but it's because social media wants you to buy ad revenue.
Yeah, exactly.
They want you to buy ads. They want you to run ads. And when you don't, they bury you. Trust me. You can look it all up. This isn't just a ploy. This is just really us coming to y'all. So we appreciate you guys hearing us out. Mm-hmm. We will be dropping an announcement on 20 for 20. We will be dropping an announcement on when we bring back FOH. It has just been too much shit going on, and we're really trying to play catch up with it all. So, your patience above all is what we appreciate the most. And, remaining the loyal ear hustlers that y'all have been through all the changes and all the shakeups that we've been going through. With that being said, as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate the support. And as always, Big Los.
Hollywood Kev.
It's the Noize.